Georgia fans.
What?
Woo! Hey, let's go. Let's go. Hit the video. Let's do the podcast.
We're
Here
doing
we
the
go.
video. We're national champions.
Let's go. Let's talk.
You are Locked On Bulldogs, your daily podcast on the Georgia Bulldogs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Georgia fans, what are we doing tonight?
I don't know.
We're talking about a team that just executed the single greatest beatdown in the history of championship games across any sport of all time.
Not just college football, history of college of any sport,
of competition. There's never been a 7th grade JV girls championship game that had a margin of victory like that. We're talking about any level of competition. There's never been one team that just absolutely came out and flexed on another team like that.
We didn't embarrass. We did something that is unconscionable in the sports world.
Criminal activity.
People said couldn't be done. We did that dang thing.
Back-to-back national champions.
Yes.
Clint.
Yes.
We're talking about Georgia Bulldogs.
Now,
back-to-back national champions.
no one has ever done this, and you can keep your stupid, pointless, voted on by writers back-to-back.
College football playoff era, no one has ever done what this team has now done. 15-0.
Perfect season.
29-1 in the last 2 years.
I'm sorry.
Back-to-back national champions. And I don't care what fan base you find yourself in.
You name it.
If you're not a Georgia fan, let me instruct you as to what to do now.
Okay, please.
Weep. Weep for me right now.
This is like the old medieval type of like, what's our recourse? Build a shelter.
You better get underground.
And
you better get underground.
And you just hunker down, you just batten down.
Because it's a scorched earth situation up here. You better get underneath the ground. You better just start weeping right now.
I don't know if you laid eyes on all them players out there.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy that literally you couldn't tackle or stop from catching the ball or imposing himself where he wanted to go.
What are we going to talk about on this episode, Clint? How are we going to talk about this game?
I have no concept, Daniel. We're just going to keep on talking, and whatever comes out is going to come out. But we are those guys. Whatever you think. Oh, the defense. Nope, showed out. Oh, the offense.
The defense.
Nope, showed out.
Yeah.
Special teams. Nope, showed out. Depth, showed out. Coaching, showed out. We hit every single. I wasn't trying to be cute. Pre-game, live show, Bleacher Report said we have every advantage on the field. I wasn't being cute.
No, it's just that's the facts. This is all about Georgia. This game is all about Georgia and who Georgia is right now, and people are not ready for it.
No.
People keep waiting on Georgia to go lay an egg, to go stub their toe. People keep waiting on Georgia to implode, but see, the thing is,
what's the thing?
We're the standard of college football.
Hold on.
If you're the host of Locked On Alabama, we're the standard of college football. We'd love to have you on the show to talk about how we're the standard of college football, and your team is groveling at our feet to try to get on our level.
Your team has a coach that went to the championship because he was invited to commentate.
Because he wanted to be on TV, to make love to that camera the way that he does in every halftime interview
Nick,
he's ever done.
My eyes over here, Nick. Pollard, I see you over there, but the camera this way. My coach is actively trying to get other guys in front of the camera.
Listen, it's been 5 minutes that we've been on this podcast, Clint.
Okay.
Part of it was a video. We can't help that. Okay? But let's talk about the greatest college football player of all time. Let's do that. Let's do that right now.
I need you, listener, to hear our words. And if you're going to ask us, are we serious? We're going to preamble this. Every word we're about to say is not hyperbole.
Dead serious.
100% dead serious. And so let me state it for the record. Stetson Bennett is the greatest NCAA quarterback to ever have played the game.
Tim Tebow would give both kidneys and die to be able to have done what Stetson Bennett has done as a college athlete. Do you understand what I'm saying? Who holds the record for most touchdowns accounted for in a championship game?
His name's
Clint?
Stetson Bennett.
Oh, it's Stetson Bennett tied with Joe Burrow.
Oh, now hold on.
How many championships did Joe Burrow win?
Just the
one. And so if you go total touchdowns accounted for in championship games, well, you're going to get a lot more than that.
Okay, but what if I was to tell you, Daniel, that in every single college football playoff stage, Stetson Bennett came away with the offensive MVP?
What if I was to tell you they led the team to 65 points? They scored on every possession except one.
One they
Clint.
did not.
Stetson Bennett threw frozen ropes to Brock Bowers and Ladd McConkey all night. Ladd McConkey, who I was told by random anonymous SEC coaches couldn't even make their squad.
Oh no. Hupel, how you doing?
Stetson Bennett threw frozen ropes to them all night, and then he dead-legged the entire TCU defense to the tune of 2 rushing touchdowns. He had 0 turnovers.
No.
And he broke 0 sweats the entire night.
And didn't give any other S's.
0 shits. You're talking about. That is absolutely
hey, Mahler.
0.
Mahler's not on here, okay? Look,
No, we'd love to have him on, talking about how Stetson Bennett, the greatest college quarterback of all time. Want to be totally clear about the Locked On Bulldogs take. Stetson Bennett.
You can, in the comments, you can ask me again if I'm serious, just so I can see it in writing, and I will again confirm he's the greatest quarterback.
He's the greatest college quarterback of all time because no one has done the things
that's interesting.
He has done.
We just listed some of the accomplishments. Back-to-back, only college football quarterback to do that in the football
Now, last year,
era.
we know the defense carried that team to the title. How about
Wasn't
this
him.
year? How about this?
Well,
How about this year?
It was the Ohio State. The defense really showed. Oh, okay.
Oh, no. Down in the fourth quarter, 2 minutes to go in the game, Stetson Bennett marches down the field, scores a game-winning touchdown in the semifinal. And then Stetson Bennett comes out here and just lays it out on the table and says, anyone else have any questions about me? Is anyone else curious about me? And Georgia fans, let me just say, we go hard in the paint for Stetson Bennett, and that we will never not do that. Build a statue right now. He's the greatest Georgia player of all time.
When you have the greatest college quarterback of all time, and he played on your team, he's the best.
Okay, build a statue right now. But let's just take a moment, Georgia fans.
Okay.
If you did not tear up when that curtain call happened and he came off the field, this is a legend. Like, forget about this. I understand that Disney's going to make the movie. I understand that the movie's going to get made and Stetson's going to get paid handsomely on said movie.
As he should.
But forget about the story. This is a legend who's walking off the field for the last time for the University of Georgia, and there is no way that it could ever be fully encapsulated what he's done for this program.
Okay, let me try to put it in words that maybe Aaron Murray, Matt Stafford, Charlie Trippey, you name the player for Georgia.
Sure, David Green,
Todd Gurley, Herschel Walker, Garrison, you name the player, they are standing in line begging to shake this man's hand.
It's just facts. Georgia just won back-to-back national championships in the college football playoff era.
I'm not
Back-to-back national championships.
And to dude or gal who tells me, yeah, but it's a Honda Civic.
I think that guy is dead. I think that guy is deceased.
Please leave us alone. Please leave us alone. We have gobs more to talk about, but first, want to let you know about Built Bar. Built Bar is the tastiest protein bar on the entire planet. Right now, they are in Sam's Club.
Drink some water.
Drink some water. Get some hydration. I have hydrated myself fully, Daniel.
Oh, that's
Built Bar.
I think that's the opposite of that.
It's the opposite, but Built Bar is not. They are high in fiber. They are high in protein. They are low in sugar. They're keto approved. They're diet approved. They are fantastic on-the-go meal replacement, pre-workout, post-workout, during workout. It doesn't matter. Built Bar is the tastiest protein bar on planet Earth. On my headstone, as I'm out celebrating tonight, it should read, died celebrating Georgia and cramming down Built
Back-to-back
bars.
national champions. Can neither confirm nor deny. I thought I saw Stetson Bennett eating a Built Bar on the sidelines. It's just I can't confirm or deny.
I don't know if he was or not. So I can't say either way. I could just ask the question. Was he or was he not? Who's to say? I do know this. Built Bar is the tastiest protein bar on planet Earth. All those amazing flavors. Right now, get over to BuiltBar.com. Order all the gobs of a protein bar that tastes like a candy bar.
We have so much to talk about.
I have endless things. We have a whole entire off season to talk about.
Can I bring up a subject?
Please.
It's a subject that's near and dear to our hearts. It's become, dare I say, common speech in the UGA community. And you know what? We're happy about that.
Okay.
Because good things deserve to flourish in the world. You can't hold on to them.
No.
You got to let them go and let them out there into the world. But let the record show that Kirby Smart and Todd Monken came out here and death marched an entire second half.
The entire second half.
They ran a 30-minute death march in this game. By the way, if you're interested in the t-shirt, it's bonfire.com/store/the199.
Get over there right now. Get that merch.
Bonfire.com/store/the199. The death march was alive and well in this game. The running backs played unbelievably. And the offensive line, Clint,
here we go. Thank you. I need
was mauling people out there.
If you don't understand that we already have the best tackle in the NFL on the New York Giants, who's a UGA alum, and you don't understand that
Best rookie tackle in the NFL on the San Diego Chargers, UGA alum.
Who, again, by the way,
we went on every draft show.
Every draft show, we said, please draft Sawyer. He's going to make you a lot of money.
Yep.
If you don't understand that Mr. Jones over at left tackle is going to be a standard
freakazoid
left tackle for the next decade. Plug and play for the next decade.
Okay. We're running plays, all right? And the running back is going out of bounds 8 yards downfield.
Correct.
8-yard gain. Out of bounds on the right side of the field.
So, opposite side of the field.
The nearest player to him is Broderick Jones, the left tackle.
That's interesting.
That's the kind of speed and athleticism and just absolute mauler mentality. And you have to throw Darnell Washington into this mix when you talk about mauler mentality. I got Marler on my brain. I said Marler mentality.
I heard.
Marler would not stand a chance trying to fight off a block against some of these guys. The funniest thing I've seen all season in college football was number one being blocked by Darnell Washington, and he was sprinting backwards. I believe at one point he turned around and just started running toward his own end zone.
His head was facing, it was like a cartoon. His head was facing that way. His hips swiveled 180 and started going the opposite way. Just get me away from that bad man.
The death march was alive and well today.
Started early and often.
And it's not appropriate for us to spend much time talking about it. But let me just say a name, and then let's just sit on it first.
Okay.
Branson Robinson, y'all.
I am the captain. I am the captain of the fan club.
Oh, captain, my captain.
Yes,
Branson Robinson, y'all. Okay, let's move on. Let's stay on the offensive side of the ball. Third segment listeners will talk about this defense.
Yes, we
Okay.
will. We will. Part of
Do
the
you want to
199.
talk about the maybe the best offensive weapon that's ever played at the University of Georgia?
Or you want to talk about Brock Bowers?
Uh-oh.
Because they're the same thing.
Oh, okay. They are the same thing. That's right. Brock Bowers was open on every play this game.
Well, because he was suited up on the field.
That's accurate. This guy, I got a buddy who's a big NFL guy, and he's texting me during the game about what an insane NFL tight end Brock Bowers is going to be.
Currently.
And then I said, but he has another year left in college. And it was like, oh, wait, what?
Yep.
Another year? He has another year left in college. Yeah, Brock Bowers is, he's a mismatch. And listen, this is about Georgia. This is not about TCU. But those linebackers for TCU, Clint.
I was told they were quick. I was told they were fast. I was told they can handle physically. And I said, you're dreaming. And if you put a linebacker on any of them, it's going to be sad. And you know what, Daniel? It was sad for them.
It wasn't sad for me.
Us. No,
That
for
was
us,
pretty
it
fine.
was absolute joy.
Brock Bowers is such a weapon.
He's
Todd Monken was so deep in the book, Clint.
Todd
Monken, Clint. Todd Monken.
You can keep by the way, from here on out, I am convinced every award handed out in college football is fraudulent. Best offensive line, Michigan, fraudulent. Best assistant coach, TCU, fraudulent.
A joke.
Best Heisman, best player, joke.
A joke.
They're all jokes because the best assistant coach is Todd Monken. The best offensive line is Georgia. The Heisman winner, Stetson Bennett. These are the three winners because Todd Monken was so deep in his bag. He was pulling out stuff that I fairly am 100% confident. This man is a time portal machine that has come from the future and has just given us the has-beens of 10 years from now, and we're gobbling it up. That's what Todd Monken's doing right now.
The bust to Ladd McConkey
was not a bust.
Exactly. That's what I want to say. Number one embarrassed himself in this game for TCU. He ran away from tackles. He was not up to task. But that play was not his fault.
Was not a busted coverage on
because
TCU.
if he runs with Ladd McConkey, guess who scores a touchdown? Kenny McIntosh scores a touchdown.
The
because
wheel that came out of the back.
You got Kenny running full speed at the end zone right there. It's two offensive players and one defensive player, and that's all Todd Monken. They came out with that sugar huddle.
Oh my gosh.
Today, Clint.
Oh my gosh.
We're just Todd Monken just making things up. You and I were talking at halftime and saying he got this playbook and he's just trying to empty it. He's going to write a whole new one before next year.
He's burning the boats in 2023.
He's going to come up with an entirely new playbook. It's going to be called the Carson Beck playbook, and he's got to empty out the Stetson Bennett playbook. He doesn't have time for any of these plays anymore.
No. That play, he motioned a guy from the left side.
Yes,
to
he
the
did.
Right
it
side.
was Dacian Edwards lined up in the slot.
Okay, so he motioned a guy away from the left to the right, and somehow wound up with 3-on-2 defenders on the back side after taking a receiver away from that. I don't know how Todd does this.
He's not playing the same game.
No.
As defensive coordinators in college football. And again, the wealth of riches that Georgia has. I mean, I was told everyone is talking about Kirby Smart talking about, no one disrespected this team. No one doubted this team. What's Kirby Smart talking about? No one ever doubted this team. I'm sorry. Who were all the people at the beginning of the season telling me that Georgia didn't have any offensive weapons? Who were all the people at the beginning of the season telling me that Georgia? I'm sorry, was it Jordan Rogers of the SEC Network? Is that who we're talking about? Is that your colleague, Kirk Herbstreit, the guy that works at your network? Jordan Rogers, who supposedly covers football for the SEC, who said Georgia doesn't have the playmakers at wide receiver to get the job done? Georgia doesn't have the offensive weapons, the skill talent to get the job done? I'm sorry, did A.D. Mitchell come out and do the same thing that he's done in every single big game of his entire college career? By the way, he's coming back next year. Did Ladd McConkey come out and do the same thing that he's been doing in every single game of his college career? I'm sorry, he's coming back next year. Did Brock Bowers come out and do the same thing that he's done in every single game of his college career? I don't feel like I need to repeat myself so often.
These names are legally mandated.
It's
to return.
These are the rules. We don't make the rules. We're just telling you that Georgia's won back-to-back national championships, and they might win another one.
And
Clint?
And hold on. Let me just tell you, because we said this last year. Turns out we were correct. So let's get on the train right now. Next year's team might be better than this year's team.
If, and it's a big if.
It's a huge if.
If Georgia can find production at quarterback. Do not write Carson Beck in as a star.
Don't you dare do it.
Stetson Bennett is too good for you to just assume that Carson Beck's going to come in and take the role. But if Georgia can get decent production from the quarterback position. Did you watch Warren Brinson and Bear Alexander tonight? Should we talk about the defense?
199. Welcome 199. Let's go back. Loyal third segment listeners. Daniel is gone. He is leaving.
Oh, I'm back.
We're gonna come back right now. Daniel, let's.
I
talk
need a
about
little
this
walkabout.
defense.
I took a little walkabout. I took a little rest. Took a lap around the building.
Okay. Were there any hypnotoads on your walk about the building?
I did not notice anything taped to my windows tonight.
That's
Clint.
weird. Okay, let's talk about this defense, and I want to talk about Bear Alexander, Warren Brinson, JDJ,
Okay.
Michael Williams,
Okay.
Jalen Walker,
Jalen Walker. You better talk about Jalen Walker. Smile Mondin.
Smile Mondin, Malachi
Starks. Kamari Lassiter.
God. Okay, so hold up.
Before we do any of that, Clint.
Okay.
It's very exciting. We've got all offseason to talk about those guys.
I'm not talking about their potential. I'm talking about their performance in this
They
game.
played incredible in this game.
Okay.
But just as we started with Stetson Bennett on the offensive side of the ball, I think it's only fair.
Yep.
Can we talk about one of the best defensive players to ever come through Athens in number 88, Jalen Carter? I was told he was going to be neutralized by some guy. Some guy
on some keyboard warrior. Oh no, he's gonna be neutralized. No, he wasn't.
Okay, no, he wasn't neutralized. No,
double teams and triple teams the entire night,
he
as
wasn't
well
neutralized.
as disrupting run game and pass game and the pocket, and running down screen passes and running backs on the sideline all game long.
Jalen Carter, go get your money. Go get that money. We love you.
Tell you this right now, I will buy a Bears ticket. He gets drafted by the Bears. I will go see that in person.
This is a Pro Bowler. This is a perennial Pro Bowler, Clint.
Every year.
Can we talk about Christopher Smith though?
If you want to know the Jamari Sawyer,
I'm about to weep. I'm about to weep about Christopher Smith not being a Georgia Bulldog anymore.
Because he was every bit of the tackling machine that we expected out of the safety. He was the captain of the defense. He got everybody set. He did not miss assignments. He tackled beautifully in space, up at the line, in the middle of scrums. It didn't matter. Batted down balls, carried with the number one receiver over the top, tight ends over the middle. He did everything.
Some NFL GM. No, I'm sorry, not some NFL GM. Every NFL GM is going to do what they do every year, and they're going to outthink themselves. And they're going to get all up in their feels and lost in their analytics and lost in their measurables and whatever.
Yep.
And they're going to pass round after round on Christopher Smith. And then somebody's going to draft him, Clint, and you're...
I'm going to go on so many draft shows when time is said. when all is said and done, I'm going to go on so many draft shows, and I'm going to talk about Christopher Smith being the dude time and time and time again. I know it's going to happen. It's going to be obscene. I'm going to tell people what they need to do, what they have to do, how they should draft Christopher Smith. And they're going to look at me like I'm crazy, like I'm insane. I know it already. It's going to happen. They shouldn't. Christopher Smith is a dog. He is going to be that guy that comes out onto the field every single week and gets you production. He does everything. He can play in the slot, play at corner, play at safety. He balled out on this game. Bullard balled out. He had every single right to be called the defensive MVP of this game. He was fantastic. He was glorious. He was beautiful. He is a dog for sure. Chaz Chambliss played absolutely incredible on the edge. Kamari Lassiter can tackle anybody in space. Kirby said that he was the best tackler coming out of spring, and he showed that and proved that to us time and time and time and time again in this game. Jalen Carter is the best defensive lineman that has ever come out of Georgia. I'm including all the names you're thinking of. And yeah, dog fans, that doesn't even scratch the surface on how incredible this defense played, because we're not even talking about Pops, Dumas Johnson yet. We're not talking about Smile Mondon, who can blitz from any position, outside, inside. It doesn't matter. He's getting into that backfield. He's getting to that quarterback. He is wreaking havoc back there. Running backs aren't safe. Wide receivers aren't safe. We can run with Diggs. We can run with seams. We can get to the quarterback. That was vintage pressure and shoe. We have the two best assistant coaches on the planet. I'm just talking about how I didn't even talk about Smile Mondon. How I didn't even talk about JDJ.
Okay.
How this team this year, it was vintage Georgia defense, and Shu and Monken are the two best assistant coaches on the planet.
I was under the impression we had lost our defensive coordinator, Clint. Did you know that?
By the way, Dan Lanning, we are happy for you.
Happy for you.
I'm thrilled for you.
Happy Glenn Schumann's here.
I'm very glad Glenn Schumann's here.
That's superb.
Two things true at the same time.
Goodness gracious, Clint. This defense, this offense, this performance.
It was everything.
There's never been a game like this as a Georgia fan, to just be able to sit and relish in your team's dominance.
Not just dominance, Daniel. Again, like sure, dominating a team is 35-3. That's a dominant performance. In the national championship of Georgia football, we are calling timeouts against the two best teams in the entire landscape to curtain call players as they come out, as we hung a 60 burger on them.
Calling timeouts to curtain call players with 14 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I mean, Clint, the alarm's going off. It's telling me that Georgia's just won back-to-back national championships.
You have a weird, funky alarm in your house. I'm glad you have that.
I said it years ago, and it finally has gone off. Clint, back-to-back national champions. I can't even process. Listen, dog fans, follow us at Dawgs Podcast on Twitter. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the audio podcast, Locked On Bulldogs, wherever you get your audio.
This is the year of the dog, the decade. This is the era of the dog. Welcome to dominance. Welcome to being the best tradition program in the nation.
Georgia fans, we've been waiting for this.
This is it.
This is it. It's going to be a really fun offseason on the Locked On Bulldogs podcast, Clint.
Oh my gosh.
Listen.
We're going to catch strays from everybody over here. I'm telling you right now.
Third segment listeners, the 199, y'all are the best. We can't wait to have a lot of fun with you this offseason. Hit us up on the Twitter machine. Send us an email. Reach out to us. Get in the DMs. We would love to hear how you're celebrating this national championship.
Yes, let us know.
Can't call you all out by name, but thank you all so much for watching the show, for making this year so much fun. We'll be back tomorrow. Well, I don't know what's today. This will come out Saturday night. We'll be back, or Monday night.
Saturday night. What are you talking about,
What the
Daniel?
hell? What day is it? Why is it not a Saturday? This will come out Monday night. We'll be back on Wednesday. We got lots more to talk about this game.
So much to unpack. Let's relish in the moment. Let's soak it in. Because we them dogs.
To back national champions.
In the history of college football, this hasn't been done.
Now, again, if I may, if you're still here, 30 minutes in, if you're a fan of another fan base, another program, I don't know who it is. Maybe it's Alabama.
We got Bama fan here for sure.
Maybe it's Tennessee.
Oh,
maybe it's a Florida fan just in here, just catching strays all over the place. Maybe Scully Reddy in here.
No, Scully ain't here.
Scully
doing 5
Let me once again recap for you your best course of action.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Weep. Because we that dude, and we're going to be that dude for quite some time.
There it is.
Locked On Bulldogs. For Clint, I am Daniel. We will see you guys tomorrow. This has been a good one, y'all. Oh, man. Enjoy it, dog fans. Get over to the 199 shop. Links in the description, and we'll see you guys later.
See ya.